Hey Libra, it's Rose from Sacred Waters Tarot, here to bring you your timeless reading for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and of course my beautiful cross watchers of Libra. Cross watchers, you know the drill around here, especially if you're subscribed to my channel. You can find out a lot of information about Libra, about your person, especially if there's limited contact, no communication at all, or ghosting going on between you and Libra. Just keep in mind, everyone, this is a general reading for the sign of Libra. Not everything I say will resonate with all of you. Only take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else, and go on about the reading. With that being said, if my video has found you, if this channel has found you, please consider subscribing. Please like, please share with a loved one. Please comment below, guys. Let me know how this resonates with you and your situation. If you do not want to comment, please consider leaving me your favorite emoji. Okay, guys, in the comments section, you will find all the ways to book a personal reading with me, and I'd love to hear from you and read for you. Now let's get into your timeless reading. Even though it is Mercury retrograde, I just want to say that because I will be stumbling on my words, so please excuse me, okay? A timeless reading for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's see what's going down in Libra Town. Let's see what's going on for my truth seekers, my justice seekers, my beautiful little Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers of Libra Spirit. What is going on with my Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers. Okay, let's see what's going on. Ooh, so in the recent past, we have the 10 of Wands in the upright position. Strong fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. In the recent past, I see you ended something and began something right away. You knew this was going to be stressful. You knew it was going to be backbreaking. You knew it was probably going to have some negative passion going on, like, you know, arguments or whatever, but you did it anyway. Okay, so the 10 of Wands speaks of ending something that really needed to end, something, you know, pretty dramatic, you know, but it's a new beginning. So you ended something, but you could have just ended a relationship with somebody, could have been a family member, a friend, a love partner. Okay, they could have fire in their chart. You could have strong fire placements. Check your chart, check your natal chart. Okay, especially for those who you have Libra rising or Libra moon or Libra in your Venus, and you're watching for your sun sign, which is fire. Anything of those, doesn't have to be anything like that at all, but you ended something and began something. Could it be a job or career? Yes, because I see you taking your stuff. This beautiful owl here, this red owl, which speaks about the root chakra, grounded energy. You knew this was time for something to end and something new to begin, even though you had to take so many of your heavy wands with you. You did it anyway, okay? And, you know, there's a new beginning happening. Let's see what this new beginning is, okay? Queen of Swords. That's your energy, Libra. Whether you're male or female, it's gender fluid at this point. I'll let you know whether I'm picking up on a male or female energy. So not only did you end and begin something new, you're in your element. It was the right thing to do. The Queen of Swords is no nonsense, okay? You cut things off, you cut things out when you have to, and you tell it like it is. You know, you don't lie, you don't sugarcoat, you say it just like it is. It is what it is, and you say it just like that, okay? So whatever you did, you had to do it. It felt right for you, mind, body, spirit, to do this. But there's a new beginning here for you, right? With this Queen of Swords energy. Can be king, guys, okay? So let's see what's going on in the future. And we have this Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's a third party situation that you left. You got fed up. You left. You cut this person out or these people out. And now in the future, I see you healing your broken heart from it. This does not have to be necessarily a relationship, like a romantic relationship, okay? For those of you who just broke up with somebody, maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe you're going through a separation, maybe just breaking up with someone, a long-term partner, or maybe not so long, okay? Then this applies to you, that you did the right thing because it was a third-party situation. And when I say third party, I don't always mean cheating, like the act of adultery and cheating. Could have been a mother-in-law, could have been a friend of yours, friends of theirs, whatever. Family members that didn't want to see you guys together, or that were causing problems, or your person was listening to other people, okay? Or your person cheated. We will see here. But whatever it is, you know, I see you healing from this in the future because you know it was the right thing to do. Okay, we'll get into this. Okay, we will get into it like we always do here. Yep, you're going to be healing. And you know, I feel like you're not in your feelings right now because you're drained, you're numbed. It took so much out of you to get out of this situation that you're just like, you know, Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this does seem like something, you know, definitely tugging at your heartstrings. Um, you know, maybe you know, you have a child together with this person that you broke up with. Okay, and the child is feeling the loss. They're sensing the loss of both parents not being together. Okay, it can be where maybe you're having a problem with your mother or your father or your mother-in-law or whatever, or a sister or brother, and there's a child involved and they're not happy. They see that you have changed and you had to cut certain people off. It doesn't, now let's say you don't have any children. It can be somebody else's child, or it can be a message that comes through to hurt you, to intentionally hurt you, and to, you know, to stop you from moving forward. Or someone saying, hey, you know, I really didn't have any, I didn't love you, or, you know, unrequited type of feeling energy I'm getting. But we will get into it. I'm going to go clarify. Oh, we've got to clarify here. I'm getting very thirsty. Hang on, guys. For some of you, your throat chakra is blocked. For some of you, you're done yelling, fighting, and screaming. And that's why you're in Queen of Swords mode, just like trying not to speak too much, you know. Seven of Wands. Spirit's saying that you are protected in whatever you have to fight for, whether you're fighting for custody, whether you're fighting for justice, whether you're actually going into legal battle, or it's just a matter of, you know, karma. Some of you may have gotten, you know, cleared out your energy. Maybe you've done some kind of spiritual cleanse. Maybe you bought a new amulet or something like that. Maybe you have some type of red crystal or a root chakra crystal to ground your energy. Okay, because I'm seeing that you know how to protect yourself. And whoever you were with, they had a very low vibe, and their frequency didn't vibe with yours. Again, this could be a love partner, this could be a best friend, a family member, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, you know, whatever, mother, father, you know, you name it. But you are protected in this. Okay, it was, you know, you got out. It was, you know, it was bad. It was stressful. Okay, but you are protected. Okay, so Spirit wants you to know that you did the right thing. Okay, now let's see what's all about here. Let me see why is the Three of Swords here, Spirit? Why is the Three of Swords here and the Page of Cups? Yeah, Nine of Cups in the reverse, wishes unfulfilled. I don't like to get into these, you know, touchy subjects here, but some of you could have had a loss, like a pregnancy loss. Okay, maybe you miscarried, maybe you couldn't get pregnant. Okay, maybe you were hoping to get married or hoping to get pregnant and that didn't work out. I'm just seeing a loss here, wishes unfulfilled, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. You could say, listen, Rose, I'm in my late 40s, early 50s, whatever, I'm grandmother, I'm not, you know, whatever. Then this is something else that somebody promised you and they didn't deliver. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy doesn't have to be. And that's why you left, because you said, you know what am I getting out of this? I'm giving, giving, and I'm getting nothing in return. I've been betrayed, I've been backstabbed, you know, third party situation. I thought this was going to work out better. I thought, you know, this was going to be something that I could really depend on, or a friendship that I could depend on. My family member, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. Somebody is cut out your life. You have cut someone out of your life and it has been painful, but you are healing. Okay? Sometimes it's just not the right time to have a baby or be pregnant, or it wasn't meant to be, you know. If that's the case, I'm very sorry, but you know, life goes on, we move on, and then we understand the reasons why in the future, why that didn't happen. you know. But that's just for a few of you. For this, I feel like it's more like, you didn't get what you put in, but you are protected. Like Spirit's been guiding you to get out of this dynamic, you know. Let's see what else is going on here. We'll clarify I'm going to clarify the Seven of Wands here. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Oh boy. Okay. Libra, for those of you who were involved with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay, if you wondered if they were cheating, the answer is 1000% yes. Did it go all the way? 1000% yes. Could they have gotten another female or male pregnant? Well, you can't. Let's just not even go there. For females, if you're involved with a man, could he have gotten another female pregnant? The answer is yes. Okay, they had an affair and got somebody else pregnant. For those of you, I'm very sorry. Or this just could be where they didn't do that, but this person did cheat on you. They had an affair. Okay, they had an affair on you, a full-blown affair. And it could be that your child is suffering because you had to walk away and leave your partner. Okay, but that's temporary. Children are very resilient. They'll get used to it. And maybe you're saying to yourself, I thought we were going to have another child, and I thought we were going to grow old together and, spend our lives together. And that's not what this person is about. The Knight of Wands in reverse is not somebody who is someone that you want to trust on any level, especially romantically. No. They will tell you that they are so attracted to you, and the chemistry can be great. You could have amazing chemistry together and everything's great, but guess what? They're still sleeping around with other people. Okay, so you had to do what you had to do. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Wow, there's a lot of people here. So there is another female here who is very upset. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, Libra, right on top of you. Okay, so I feel like this Knight of Wands energy not only hurt you, but they hurt the other person too. Okay, and that created a third party situation. So this Knight of Wands in reverse definitely was having an affair with both of you and another female. I'm getting strongly that now that this is a male-female heterosexual relationship. Okay, for those of you who date women or men, take it how it resonates with you. For the majority of my people that I'm reading for, this was a man who's very immature, very charismatic, very good-looking, knows how to seduce, knows how to get what they want, and it looks like they very well much were, maybe they were married to you and sleeping with somebody else on the side, or maybe they were married to somebody else and you didn't know and they were with you for a while. But I do feel like there's a child in the mix. Okay, whether it's their child or your child, I feel like more like you have a child with them, and they might have either gotten this other person pregnant or something like that, and you're finding out about it now. That's why you had to leave. But there is another female who's very upset. Okay, and it's right in your energy. So just be aware the other person is, not in a good state of mind. They've been betrayed as well. Yep. Done. Another notch on the Knight of Wands in the reverse belt. Okay. All your future plans, all the things that they told you they wanted to do with you. Let's build a home together. Let's have a family together. Let's start over. Let's move away. Let's travel the world. Let's do this. Let's do that. It's done. It's crossed. It's over. Checkmate. It's done. Okay? No, there's nothing more to see together with the eyes of this person. Nothing. So let's pull some oracle cards here to see what else Spirit has to say to you. Now, there might be like something that you don't know. You might be like, you know what? I have I knew that my person was a player. I got involved with them anyway. I thought they were going to hang up their player hat up and be with me and start a family with me and move forward with me. But that's not the case. They were with somebody else just as much as you. This could be a situation where you're just living together. Like I said, you could have been married to this person, and this person for a long time was seeing somebody else. But I feel like the person that they were seeing didn't know that your person was married. They did not know that your person was married because this person's upset. Unless the King of Wands in reverse is Aries, Leo, Sag, male, doesn't have to be, said that they were going to leave you, and they never did leave you, but you left them. So let's see what comes out here. Oh, one card just flew out. Career. Motivated, career driven. My love life is important to me right now. My career comes first. I am busy and tired. I feel like this is your energy, Libra. This is what you're saying. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on my career. I have a child, or I want a child, or I want a life for myself. So if you're going to do this, then I'm just going to focus on my career. And that's Libra, that's the best thing to do. When you break up with somebody, a tragic breakup, the best thing is to throw yourself into something else, to get your mind off of it. Many Libras operate good that way. You go back into school, you get more into your job, you look for another job, you get your side hustle picks up, and you start focusing on that, and that's the way you heal. Okay, other people are different. Let's see what else is going on here. So I'm glad you're in this mindset. This is what just flew out also. Observant, alert, sharp, attentive. I know and see more than you think. I love to study you. Nothing gets past me. Interesting. So I feel this is here. This was your person, okay? They knew that they could trust you, and they felt they could trust this other person, or that they felt that they could trust you, that you would never leave them, because they observe everything. They know who, what, when, why. They're very slick. They're very, like I said, they notice everything, but they still cheat. Okay, and they chose on you because they chose to cheat on you. Okay, they cheat on everybody, but they chose to cheat on you because they felt like they could get over it. They could get away with it. You weren't going to find out. So this person's slick, they think, but they're falling from their slickness. Mr. Slick ain't so slick anymore. You could take off those shades. This is like some kind of idiot, excuse my language. I don't know, I'm showing my age now, where they wear their sunglasses at night. They walk into like a restaurant or a bar or a lounge or wherever the hell, even the mall, and they're wearing the sunglasses inside at night. That's what the kind of idiot that this person is. And yeah, I guess you fell for it for a while, but now their glasses are falling off, and they're dark as hell. Very interesting with the dark glasses. Let me know, guys, in the comments. There was a song when I was growing up, I think it was Corey Hart, wearing his sunglasses at night, okay? And that's what I'm picking up, the same type of like I don't, just energy of someone who wears their sunglasses at night, so you can't see who they're looking at. You can't see what they're paying attention to. Probably mostly other women and men. Could be, you never know. But no, you found out anyway. Ooh, some card was flipped over in this deck here. Oh, wow. See, this makes sense. See, this is more for you. Loyalty, respectful, trustworthy. I will always be faithful. I will always protect your feelings above all others. Wow. So see, they messed up with you, Libra, and you're so loyal. You're so loyal. They felt that even if you found out, that you would still consider their story. But then, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to be loyal to my career now. I'm going to be loyal to my child. Not that you never were. I'm going to be loyal to myself now. My loyalty belongs to me, right, Libra? Your loyalty belongs to you, not this douchebag over here, right? So you have nothing to hide. You did everything right. You never wandered. You never strayed. It's this guy, okay? It's this guy who's wearing his sunglasses at night, okay? Moron, okay? that thought they weren't not going to get caught. But I love what I see here for you, Libra, because you're not letting this bother you. You're still staying loyal. You still believe in love. But right now you're going to focus on yourself, your career, making things happen for yourself, and being loyal to yourself and the ones that people that love you. Because this person is in love with themselves. If you're wondering if this person loved you, they loved you as far as they can love anyone. They're more in love with themselves and their sunglasses. Okay. Oh my God. Things are just flipping out. Soulmate, lesson, blessing, destiny. We were fated to meet. There is a purpose for us being in each other's lives. Now, this can be very true. I want to explain to you why, guys. Just because somebody's your soulmate doesn't mean that's your ride or die forever. Doesn't mean that it's romantic. It's a good romantic fit. A soulmate can be your pet, your child, a friend, a romantic partner that you had for a while. And maybe you guys thought you were soulmates, and maybe you are. Check your placements with that person. Do some research. You could see in your natal chart whether you're soulmates, twin flames, karmics, whatever. It can be where, especially if you have a child with this person, that they will always help you out with the child. And maybe you guys were better off being friends. Not friends with benefits, or not romantic partners, or husband and wife, or whatever. But it could be a soulmate. Like, you will never, probably, maybe will never be with this person romantically ever again, but you may be in each other's lives for a reason. Like, maybe your child chose, if you have a child together, that child's soul chose two parents. So you may be raising the child together, but that's it. So, like, when your child is around, or children are around, or anything like that, it's more like a friend, friendship. So, some people stay together just for that reason, just for the children. And that could be because they're comfortable living with each other in the same home. It doesn't bother them, even though they've gotten over it. I see that you've gotten over it. So you could very well be still living with your ex due to the soulmate tie, due to the soul tie, the child, and just going your separate ways, but living in the same home. That does happen. It is stressful, but I feel like it's really the worst is over. Okay. So yeah, so I don't see you, like, I know you cut this person out. I clearly said that, but I don't think you cut them out of your life completely. You cut them out of your you cut them out of your heart, yeah, so let's see what else is going on. Oh my God, this just flew out. Oh my gosh. Reckless, hasty, rash, careless. I make decisions on a whim. I don't think about the consequences or how my choices affect you. Exactly. You're realizing that you were involved with somebody who, as much as they cared about you and your family and your lives together, they were reckless. And, they probably have some type of issue where they need to always cheat. That's their escapism. They put their sunglasses on, they become a different person. I see that in many readings, and just in life in general, And yeah, they don't think about the consequences. So basically, what you did was, and I know this hurts, Libra, you cut off somebody who did not care that they were sleeping with somebody behind your back. They did not care. When they're in the moment, they're reckless. They don't care. They think about themselves. This person is very observant, very reckless, and very all about what their sexual needs are, and they don't care. Okay? They don't care how it affects you. Okay? But they still feel like you're their soulmate. So when this person cheats, they have no problem coming home to you. No problem. No problem at all. Sleep like a baby. They'll sleep like a baby. Okay? That's just how they are. You can't trust them. As far as friendship goes, and a family dynamic or whatever, that's a different story, But I feel like you're getting over this person while you're with them, because you're being loyal to yourself. You're focusing on your career. You're focusing on your life. And you're just letting this person be who they are. And you said, no more access. The Queen of Swords does not allow access anymore. You've made your boundaries very clear. One more card. One more card. This is too many. One more card, Spirit. Yeah, you definitely were dealing with somebody who did not care. Oh my gosh. I can't. Again, it's all about your ex here. Dominant, controlling, superior, forceful. I have a strong personality. I'm not flexible. I do not bend. Accept it or leave. Well, I think that's what you did. Because they wanted you to accept always having a third party around. They don't care that they hurt this other female. They don't care that they hurt you. They're going to do it anyway. Because to them, you're their soulmate. But that doesn't change anything about them. They're very delusional. They're dominant, observant, and reckless. This is not somebody that you want to share your life with. But I do feel like many of you are going to be having to co-parent with this person. Or still have ties. If you have a business together or a home together if there's no children, right? And you're just accepting them for who they are. They're dominant, observant, reckless, and you're loyal. You're focused on your career, and they feel like you're their soulmate. So this is interesting, Libra. You're accepting them for who they are. They don't know what love is. They don't care. All they care about is their sunglasses. Okay? They don't care. They may be a good parent, but they're not a good, they would have never been a good partner for you. They just played a role. And you fell for it. Many women fall for it. Many men fall for it. But like I said, there's two females hurt here. And, yep. So you did the right thing. I feel like love will come to you when you're ready. But Libra, I feel like you're going to be alone for a long time, soul searching and wondering why you got involved with this very reckless, very very sexually active male who doesn't care, who wants everything their way, especially when it comes to their needs. And it's because you're a soulmate. Soulmates come in all shapes and packages. There's a soul tie there. So, in the future, you might want to think about doing some cord cutting or whatever. But I have a feeling that this person, made you leave. Like, if you have a home with them, somehow they want you to leave. And I feel like you did. You packed up your stuff and your kids and you moved. You left. Or for some of you, you divided up the house where, maybe you're on the couch for a little bit or you're sleeping in your child's room or the guest room, whatever. But they're in they're in their domain. They're not leaving. So, yeah. But I don't know why. I just feel like it's going to be fine because you're loyal to yourself. You know who you are. You have more to offer yourself and more to offer somebody else because you're very career driven, you're very career oriented. You probably have your own business or you have a good side hustle, maybe you have two jobs, or maybe you're the boss of a business. So, your life is going to be great no matter what because you're independent and self-sufficient. This person is like, they're too focused on their own sexual needs and they have not a care in the world when it comes to being intimate with somebody else. And they don't care who they hurt. So, okay, Libra, I'm sorry. That's what I got for you today. But I feel like, the best is yet to come for you with somebody else, when it comes to relationship, this person is just definitely not marriage material, not husband material, not boyfriend, girlfriend, material at all. And they will always be cheating. They'll never stop cheating. They will never stop cheating. They'd rather lie than tell the truth because they're more interested in themselves and their own needs. And Libra, that's not what you're about. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay. This flipped out like this when I was putting the cards away. Again, more about your person. Your person could have very dark hair, very dark skin, very tall, very muscular. Could have many tattoos, many interesting, different tattoos. And I'm talking about all over. Sleeves, the chest, the stomach is covered, the arms are covered, the back is covered. God knows what else. Okay. Um, and they're interesting tattoos. Like this person gets attention with their sunglasses on, right? They like to show off. They go into a room and they get the attention they need, and it's all because they just feel like they can. They think of it like, you know, I can have any woman I want. I can have any person I want. So while you're soulmates, here's this energy of karmic. So this is very weird, okay? You're going to have to do a cord cutting. Cycles, soulmate. Again. Guys, Google karmic soulmate, please. Google cord cutting too, guys, okay, Libra? Cycles, soulmate, triggers. We can try over and over again, but I will continue to hurt you until you learn to leave me. See? Libra has left the building from this karmic soulmate, okay? Who's got a very, very edgy look to them where they get admired wherever they go, okay? And they're always going to be that way until karma catches up to them. And it hasn't yet, but it will, because there's another female here that's upset, okay? You're over it. She's not. Okay, Libra, that's what I have for you today. I hope this helps moving forward. I really think you guys could definitely benefit in looking up the dynamics of soul ties and why we get involved with certain people and why we marry certain people or why we stay in relationships with certain people and then why we break up and they're still in our lives. It would be very interesting for you to, if you don't know already, to see what the difference between a karmic soulmate twin flame, but this is a karmic soulmate because soulmate came out and then karmic came out and in the karmic card said soulmate. So this is a little little bit of a twisty weird energy. Definitely look at cord cutting too. I wouldn't do a cord cutting until Mercury has gone direct, okay, which I wouldn't think about doing a cord cutting until December. Okay, now I know this reading is timeless, so take it how it resonates, okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. And I'm wishing you many unexpected blessings. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.